Hey guys, welcome to my channel, your local numerologist. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, share, and that you're subscribed to my other channels, Queen Spirit 1126 and Answers by Queen Spirit. Make sure you guys check out my website. Link is in the description. February newsletter is there. All right, guys. So we are getting back into our attitude number 3s. All right, so everybody will be getting 3 readings this month. You guys are the number 3, so we're about to hit it. So right now up here we have our encouragement from your guides, pitfalls that you guys face, and then the resolutions over here on this side. And I don't know, for some reason this seems important, but whenever you do get a reading from me, I listen to whatever your issue is, and then I receive my downloads and create the spread for you. So it doesn't matter, usually given different situations, I do change the spread based on whatever the questions are that you're asking. So I have no idea why Spirit wanted me to say that, but let's go ahead and get into this reading. Let me just point out a couple things. That you guys got 2 shells, right? I hope you can see that. You guys got 2 shells and you got 1 leaf. All right, and before I forget, when I was pulling the shell for the pitfalls, it almost didn't want to come out of my hand. It didn't want to fall out. So I got the vibe that you guys are holding on to something that you definitely need to let go of. On top of a shell is being a shell is a very protective energy. All right, so I get the vibe that you guys are protecting something that's slipping away. It's like trying to hold water in your hand, or trying to hold smoke and not allowing it to get out. It's gonna seep out. Okay, so this looks like it's going to be mostly an oracle reading. So let's go ahead and get into this. So we have, these are your encouragement cards, okay? First chakra, base chakra, instinct. I trust that my instincts are correct and I let my natural intuitive feelings guide me forward. I will know what I need to do and how to respond with wisdom to situations that come my way. I have an innate desire to be of service in life as I tap into this feeling. I will know what service I am called to do. I believe in myself. All right, so this is definitely a vibe of follow intuition, following your gut instinct, right? Which is actually in our generation number. So let's go ahead and talk about attitude number 3 real quick. You guys are kind of like chameleons in the world. Like you can go into a group and you fit right into them. You know, like how they want to be spoken to. You know how they want. You know what they want to hear. You you pick up your communication vibes are A1. Okay. So our attitude number describes how we come off to the world, perception, perspective, both ours and others toward us. And so this is the vibe that you also give off. And what Spirit is saying is that right now I'm getting the vibe, okay, it's coming clear to you who has your best interest at heart. It's becoming clear, okay, this person is saying this, but they don't really mean it. Because even though you can fit in anywhere and make anybody like you, it doesn't necessarily mean that you understand everything that's going on. And a lot of times, your ability to be a chameleon and to blend in has caused you to lose yourself. And Spirit is saying that you've done that enough to the point where you know who you are now. You wouldn't allow that to ever happen again. All right, so these first 2 cards did some crazy shit. So we're pulling these up first, right? And then we have this shell, which I feel like it looks kind of cheap to me. I don't think it was made very well. And that gives me the vibe that you need to kind of like loosen your grip, loosen your protection on something, right? So we got concern here, number 33, okay? And then we have the King of Cups, which is Scorpio. King of Cups is a hard about having emotion but not sharing them. Even in this, look at this. He got a sword and he looks concerned. He looks concerned. Okay, so what I'm getting is that you deserve some kind of support on your feelings, how you feel, the things you do. And I'm also getting that you guys may not have the support that you need at this time. Okay? We got judgment here. Judgment is number 20, but you can see she has 3 people down here. Which represents you guys is communication, your relationship, your vulnerability. Okay, the King of Cups is not vulnerable, non-vulnerable. Okay, so Spirit is saying, listen, you show vulnerability when it's beneficial. You show vulnerability when, basically when you have to. It's not necessarily when somebody needs it. It's just, okay, is this the right situation for me to show my vulnerability, whether that's real or that's fake? With the King of Cups here, I don't think it's real. And Spirit is saying, you are being judged for pretending to be vulnerable. Or I'm also getting that there's a situation that is coming up that's gonna force you to be vulnerable when you don't want to. Okay, and I feel like this is something you feel and are concerned with. And Spirit wants you to know that you have everything you need to get through this situation, and that they also support you. So let's see what else we got going on here. Oh, the Moon, and we got Virgo. Virgo and the Moon. Well, Virgo is ruled by Mercury, which is communication. If I would describe anything that 3 represents, the planet Mercury would definitely be it. But then we have the Moon, which is emotions. Okay, and this is what we have been talking about. This is literally like saying it's okay to communicate your emotions. If you even have the 6 and 14 adding up to this 20 here. Okay, so through your communication of emotions, I'm getting a larger, better connection to Spirit as well. As the Moon can be seen as your dark side, rules emotions in Zodiac and our relationship with Mother. Like, I'm not an astrologist, y'all. I am not, okay? But I do understand the Moon as a very feminine energy, a very feminine pull, which is why seeing Virgo here as a feminine is also very constructive. All right, the birds are loud. So Spirit is like getting your feminine energy, right? Water signs are all feminine energy. So are earth signs. I know we could argue about it all day, but it just is what it is, okay? So anyway, we have 2 feminine energies coming up here. Feminine energy also holds our spiritual connection. It holds our emotions. And what Spirit is saying is that you pretend a lot to have these feelings, to have these emotions. But you haven't been in that energy. The number 9 is coming up. You guys haven't been in the 9 energy of really dealing with those emotions and getting down to what it is. And Spirit is like, okay, this may be a tough period for you, but it's definitely something that you can get through. Yeah, you cannot make this shit up. 3 of Pentacles. 3 of Pentacles. You have people in your corner. And this is not just Spirit. You know what I'm saying? It's like literal people in your corner. Alright, so we got main female. We got an official person. And we have a false person. I'm going to point out the 222 and the 8. 8 is about karma. 222 is, first of all, 3 2s. Just gonna point that shit out. But it is it's a connection with spirit. It's a communication, communicating our connection with spirit through the things that we love, because six is a number about love. It's about the foundation of our emotions, right? And it's also, it's two, three times, two times three. Like, you guys are also associated with that number. All right. So I just want to point that out. And um oh shit. Feminine energy being a false person is official person is a false person. Something with you guys is feminine energy and how you portray it it doesn't mesh. And see, how I'm feeling now is it could go either way, because I'm feeling this feminine energy as a fake, false feminine energy. So a lot of times you guys give off this vibe that you're emotional and that you connect with people, and spirit is saying it's fake. And you have to be careful, because you'll be judged for that fucking fakeness. Spirit's like, you really have to be vulnerable. You really are going to have to open yourself up. Like, literally, there's no way around this. But I feel like the biggest thing in this is that you are going through a major change, breakthrough, awakening. And it's kind of like, you know, having your back cracked or some shit when it's been bothering you. It's like a surprise. But after, you're going to feel better. I don't know, y'all. Let's move on. Let us move on. All right. So let's get into the pitfalls, right? Holding on to something that needs to be let go of, and also this vibe of being shelled in, being protected, right? It's giving me Cancer energy, very hard shell on the outside, soft on the inside. What did I say? I said y'all missing that 9. Wow. And the number 9 comes up. Flexibility. Okay, the number 9 is three times, right? So you have the number 9. I feel like it's time to communicate who you really are. All right. So the issue with being flexible for you guys is that you can fit in anywhere if you want to. That's your choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, all of us aren't like that. All of us aren't just like, all of us can't just be like, oh yeah, I know the right things to say, when to say it, in this group, that group. You guys have that gift. And so spirit is like, you have been too flexible to the point where you'll say things or you'll do things because it's beneficial and no other reason besides that. And that's definitely a dangerous wave to be on. All right, so we got the 6 of coins. Yo, another. Okay, I'm saying 3 times 2, right? Or 3 plus 3. However you want to see it, it's 2 3s. The number 2 and the number 3 again. And so it's a connection with spirit. It's a give and take. You can't pretend to be a lover and really you're just acting. You're not giving yourself to this person. And spirit is saying, enough of the pretending. Be real with yourself. All right, so I have summer, bask, enjoying light. Arrow, surround yourself with protective energy. Now remember, guys, we're talking about downfalls, pitfalls. This is our pitfalls group. So surround yourself with with protective energy. And this is back to this shell. And what I feel right now, and even with this bee right here, right? Things are going to sting sometimes. It's like life stings, right? We got summer, we got moon, heavy water energy. Heavy water energy. Okay, because Cancer represents summer, which represents all water signs. And that's period, which is also represented by the moon. So, wow, yeah. The energy is big here. Okay. Summer is a time of flow, riding the right wave, right? So what I'm getting is that you guys do too much of that. You ride the wave too much, to the point where now you're used to being seen as this person, which it can definitely be a pitfall. Because see, one thing about somebody who lives in controversy, one thing that they don't have to worry about is what's gonna happen when people stop accepting me, because people don't accept them. Whereas you guys are on the other end of that, where everybody accepts you. And like I always tell you, life is yin and yang. Everything that's a blessing is a curse, and that's period. It's not all good to have everybody accepting you. You don't want everybody to fucking accept you. Are you kidding me right now? You don't want to be able to fit into every fucking group. Or you don't want that energy. You don't. And it gives a flaky fucking vibe. It gives a really flaky vibe. So it's like raise your vibration. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Because you can fit in doesn't mean that you can. And that's a major issue, is that you can be around people and associate with people who aren't good for you, who don't mean you well, and who you're faking the funk for. So, you know what I'm saying? You guys continue this fake ass relationship, this false relationship. And just like we saw Judgment, our 20, our 2, right? Just like we saw Judgment, is gonna come right back around. Like this 8, that's something that Judgment and the number 8 have in common. They're karma. They're both karma. It's right here twice. Karma will be faced for whatever. So that's why the encouragement is, hey, live in your truth and really be vulnerable. You have to be. Otherwise, you're gonna face karma. So yo, you cannot make this shit up. We got 21 Field of Dreams. That comes to a 3. 33 Peaks of Joy. And that's the second time we had 33, right? 33 is a number of our spiritual gifts. 33, the Master Life Path, 33 is a master teacher, spiritual giver, spiritual nurturer. What is your life path number? Have you looked at your life path reading? Are you doing the things that you need to do to fulfill your own destiny? Because that's what your number chart is all about. It's all about fulfilling your destiny. It ain't shit about nothing else. This is the personality you have already built in you to get where the fuck you need to go. However, just like we have that North Node, South Node dynamic, it's always an opposite side to that, a negative side trying to bring you down. Spirit's like you have lost track of your dreams. You've forgotten. Your intentions are not set, right? Your intentions, they can change with the wind depending on what the mood is tomorrow. It's a story that I like, and I don't remember where I heard it, but I'm just going to say. If you were locked away for, let's say, 5 days with no food or water, and the creator themselves came down to you and was like, what do you need? You're going to ask for food and water. And that doesn't mean that that's all you want, but a lot of times in life, that's how we get distracted. Because I need this right now. I need this right now. I can't go without this. And to the point where we're chasing these things. We're chasing food and water. And that's a basic ass need. That's something basic as hell that you shouldn't be struggling to get, is my point. Food and water is something that should come naturally to you. Period. Like, it's period. And so you guys have this blocked flow because your intention hasn't been set. Because the universe doesn't know what you want. Because you're fitting into all of these groups and they all have different plans, and they have their morals and ethics aren't the same as yours. We got the Chariot, number 7. I think this is our first 7. We got the Chariot, number 7, and then we have the 8 of Wands. Okay, yeah, this is our first 7. But you know what it ain't? It ain't our first Cancer sign. I mean, the Chariot is Cancer. And again, this is this vibe of having the hard shell outside and moving and soft inside, but you're not sharing. That shit only hurts you. If you give love to the wrong person, then you'll understand that that's not how you should move. Right? You'll learn that, hey, I can't be vulnerable to somebody like this. But it also works vice versa. If somebody's being vulnerable to you and you can't give that back, you can't endorse or cultivate that relationship. And see, this looks like moving too fast. Why the hell would we need the Chariot and the 8 of Wands next to each other? And they both mean fast movement, overcoming willpower, like just trampling over shit. It's not necessary. Just trampling over shit. Major imbalance here. Oh, if it's going to work today, I'm just going to do it. Then you can't move like that. You cannot. All right, let's move on. Let's get into the resolution. So I did pick a second chakra card, and then we have the leaf here. So this is the cheap leaf though, but when I picked the leaves, they all mean to me wands action, because like the original tarot drawings all have the wands with like leaves sticking out of them. But a leaf can also, it's giving me something that falls from a tree. Right? And like the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. So this is some learned, picked up behavior. You can decide to live in any energy you want that you hold in your soul, in your body, in yourself. You can act out any energy, and we all have good and bad, and we decide how we want to use our energy, where we want to use our energy, and whatever else. So Spirit is saying you have to decide, because what I'm getting right now with this leaf is that the things that you do, you're the fucking tree, right? So the things that you do, they're gonna fall, they're gonna leave behind. People are gonna see it. So you have to start focusing on what your legacy is. You need to start doing what you need to do in order to push your legacy forward. Third chakra, solar plexus. Personal power. I choose to be myself and to express my truth. I have a positive influence on the people and the situations around me. Y'all, you don't understand that because you fit into so many places and then you pick up so much knowledge here or there, especially if you have a 9 in your chart, it makes people look up to you. It makes you a leader. And as much as we don't want to be leaders, some of us are born fucking leaders, and we have a job to do. I allow my integrity and confidence to shine, which instills more confidence and belief in myself, and then encourages others to have natural confidence in me. I do not allow my personal power to become egotistical, manipulative, or exploitive. Okay. So Spirit is saying use your personal power, use your gift of gab, use what you need to use, when you fit in to get the things that you want. But you have to refocus on what do you want. You have to refocus your intentions. Hey, what do I want? And you put all your energy in that, you can convince people to do anything. But just because you have that power, you need to make sure that you are using it in a way that's beneficial to you. Because, honey, karma ain't ever going nowhere. Okay? You know what I'm saying? You can manipulate a baby to eat by making airplane noises. Does that make it wrong? No. A baby needs to eat. But manipulating somebody out of all their money or, their space or their time or whatever, like, that is wrong. So you guys need to learn how to draw a fucking line. Just draw that line in the sand. I can't believe Cancer is here again. These attitude readings have been motherfucking mind blowing. Like, Spirit is not playing with us at all. At all. I'm going to read the book on this. But this is totally telling me to that it's okay to live in that energy, to be protective of your insides, okay? To be protective of your heart and your soul. There's nothing wrong with that. But the point where you are never vulnerable, it makes you fake because you can never be yourself. Because a vulnerability is a strength. It's a time where you open up. And when you open up to give, you open up to receive. And if you're closed off to that energy, it's a lot that you miss. It's blocking your dreams, okay? So let's see what we have with this Cancer vibe. I mean, she is everywhere, honey. And Cancer is showing up as a masculine on this card. I like that. Just because I feel like Cancer is a very masculine, feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? It's both at the same time. Same with the earth signs. Same with, the rest of the signs. It's at the same time. But the masculine energy falls in other places. All right, so Cancer, the sensitive energy. Okay, so Cancer key phrase, I feel. The sensitive energy of water finds strength and direction through the cardinal take charge quality and reminds you that emotional intelligence plays a huge role in shaping relationships and life. The key phrase, I feel, means that the motivation comes from your emotions. In this situation, ask what feels right. Take the emotional temperature of the situation before acting. Okay? Man, that brings me back to this card, right? I trust that my instincts are correct and I let my natural intuitive feelings guide me forward. I will know what I need to do and how to respond with wisdom to situations that come my way. All right, and even this, I have a positive influence on the people and the situations around me. All right, let's keep going. I want to get these cards out because this is crossing this card. It's perfectly crossing. Temperance, right? Temperance is 14 coming to 5, and it's crossed by the 7 of Swords. Yo, you are stealing from yourself. Spirit is like, you are hurting yourself by not being vulnerable. You guys are involved in all of these things. This Temperance card just screams, look at all the shit that I'm doing. Look how much shit she's doing. And all it's doing is taking away from you, which is shown here with the 7 of Swords. Okay, so we got Temperance, which is 14 and 7. And yeah, so the number 2 is coming up again. So this is some issue with creating with Spirit, coming together with Spirit, right? In order to get some kind of internal type of validation. Because what I see is, okay, you have been lying to yourself, right? The validation that you need is not going to come from anywhere else but inside of you. That's what 7 is all about. 7 is intrinsic, right? 7 of Swords, 3 and 4 is 7. I'm just saying 14 divided by 2 is 7. All right, so let's get into this resolution. I mean, that just went with the wind, right? So we got a 4, tend to the small things. We have 54, skunk spirit, know your worth. Then we have 46, peacock spirit, let it shine. Let it shine. And we have 4. This is a 9, and this is 10. This is spirit telling you, hey, you know everything you need to know to get out of this cycle. And this cycle, it's a 4 cycle. It's something about your home, something about money. It's going back to the first chakra for me, this base chakra. And spirit is saying you'll be okay. Because right now you're too codependent on all of these things, and it's too much. It's just too much. I'm just overwhelmed looking at all this shit. That's probably why spirit's like, no, don't pull a whole bunch of tarot cards, because like you guys have so much going on. Oh my God. So much going on. Spirit says tend to the small things, or I should say this shit that you consider small. That's not small at all. Your insides are important. What you put in your body, what you say to yourself, like how you use your body, everything about it is important. That includes your mind, your soul, your spirit. Tend to the small things. This is shit that has been nagging at you. Oh, how I'm gonna do this. Oh, how I'm gonna do that. Some of this shit that you juggling, you don't need to do it. You don't need to have it. You need to let it go. It's done. It's over. Be done with it. We have like 444. 444. That is clearly a 444 with a fucking 5 and a 6, which comes to 11. Honey. 444 is angel protection. 11 is that doorway, that guide. Spirit's like, hey, you need to go this way. You know, I feel like we hype up all the numbers and pretend like every time we see an angel number, it's so great and da-da-da-da-da. But let's be real. Let's think about the number 11 real quick. That shit blocks off everything else. Boop, boop, and pushes you through something. That can be painful. It can hurt. It can be hard moving from one cycle to another. It can be hard letting things go. But spirit is like I said in the beginning of this reading, some of this shit you just gotta let go. Okay? So that's all I have for you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you next time.